Hi everyone, Jason here at the Whittier Public Library Children's Department with our latest STEAM-powered science take-home science activity. So today our activity is the Spider-Man swing. You've probably seen Spider-Man in the movies or in the comic books doing his amazing web swings. Well, today we're going to try and recreate one of those, and we're going to learn a little bit about potential and kinetic energy, and we're going to learn a little bit about pendulums. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully you've picked up a kit and you have everything you need. If not, let's go ahead and go to a close-up and show you what you need for your experiment today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this put together. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our little Spider-Man and we want to find one end of the string. There it is. And we want to go ahead and tie Spider-Man onto the end of the string. So you're going to slip that right through there. You're going to tie yourself a knot. And now we have Spider-Man tied onto the string. Next thing we want to do is we want to take some nuts and we want to thread them onto the other end of the string. When I tried this out, about 15 nuts work, but you might have to experiment a little, try fewer, try more, see what works. So let's go ahead and add those on there. And there we go. There's 15 nuts on the string. You may have a few extras. Go ahead and just put those aside for now. And we'll put the scissors aside too. Now what we want to do is we want to make a little loop here. I'm going to just go ahead and cross the strings. Cross them over like that. And then we're going to get that a little tighter and we're going to take our alligator clip. Again, be careful because this alligator clip does have some little sharp edges on it that might poke your fingers. We're going to clip that right on there. See that clipped on there? So that will hold our nuts in place and keep them from falling off the string and flying all over the place and making a mess. All right, there we have our Spider-Man on the end of our string. Let's go ahead and get started. Swing. Before we start, I just wanted to mention, be very careful here. Make sure feet, pets, little brothers and sisters, anything else are out of the way before you drop this because you're going to be dropping this weight. Also, make sure nothing down below can be broken. Be careful. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hold Spider-Man on our left hand. We've got the weights in our right hand. We want them hanging over our finger, just like that, over our index finger, our pointer. And we're going to hold Spider-Man in a tight grip on our left hand. We're going to let go of these weights, so the only thing holding them is our left hand holding Spider-Man. Otherwise, they are hanging loose. Now we're going to let them drop. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let Spider-Man go. And we're going to see if we can get him to do his famous swing. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video right now and let you try that first, and then I'm going to show you what should hopefully happen. So did your Spider-Man swing? I hope you did. If not, go ahead and give it a few tries. Sometimes it doesn't work the first time. You might have to change the length of the string a little bit, add a little bit more weight, take a little bit more weight away, but hopefully 15 nuts should work. So I'm going to show you right now what should happen if you got this just right. Wow, that was a pretty good swing, huh? Okay, we're back. Hope your Spider-Man did a really great swing on his web for you. And tonight, now we're going to talk a little bit about what happened here. So first we're going to talk a little bit about pendulums. A pendulum is basically just a weight that's swinging back and forth on the end of a string or a stick. You've probably been a pendulum before when you swung on the swings at a park. You'll notice that you're on the end of a couple chains and you're a weight swinging back and forth, right? Just like Spider-Man right here. He's a pendulum right now, swinging back and forth. But now we also have to talk about potential and kinetic energy here. And what's giving Spider-Man the energy to do his big, giant swing and do a loop all the way around your finger. So potential energy is basically energy that's been stored up and is not doing anything right now, but it's called potential energy because it has the potential to do something. It can possibly make something happen. So for example, if I lift this weight up off the table, I'm doing some work and I'm creating potential energy. The potential energy then becomes kinetic energy when I let it go. And kinetic energy is energy that's moving or doing something. So if I drop this, it becomes kinetic energy and these weights will move. So when you lift these weights up, and you hang them over your finger, you've created some potential energy. And you're holding Spider-Man that's keeping these weights in place. So there's no kinetic energy yet. But once you let go of Spider-Man, those weights start moving. That potential energy starts turning into kinetic energy. And what it does is it speeds up that whole string. Since Spider-Man is on the end of that string, he's speeding up too. But keep in mind, he's also swinging like a pendulum, right? He's also swinging down. So as he's swinging down, he's speeding up a whole bunch because those weights are pulling that string and speeding it up. And that makes his swing much faster. And as his swing speeds up, he will eventually swing all the way around your finger. So that's about it for our experiment today. I hope you had fun with our Spider-Man swing, and keep an eye out. We'll be doing another one of these experiments fairly soon. Also, please come by the Whittier Public Library and pick out some books. We have books about forces in motion and energy if you want to learn more about those topics. We also have some books about Spider-Man and other superheroes if you'd like to read a story about one of your favorite superheroes. Also, please make sure to come see us starting June 20th for our annual Summer Reading Challenge. Free to sign up, and you can win some prizes for reading books. So we hope to see you at the library soon. Thanks for joining me today. Goodbye.